What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Black Tide TV. Today we discuss the future of the Call of Duty franchise, Call of Duty 2017. We had some pretty crazy news about the upcoming title being developed by Sledgehammer Games out of the annual Q4 earnings report call from Activision Blizzard the other day. So in this call, there was a couple statements made about the Call of Duty franchise, about how Infinite Warfare performed, about the future of the Call of Duty franchise, and what Call of Duty 2017 is bringing to the table that will bring audience members back into the game. So we got some pretty crazy statements here. A lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people are taking it as gospel, and I think that that is the wrong decision here. A lot of people are saying boots on the ground confirmed, and this is confirmed, and that is confirmed. Just because they're saying it in a certain way does not mean that everything is confirmed here. They have said in previous interviews, the Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg has said in previous interviews before that he always wants to innovate the Call of Duty franchise. He has said that a franchise like Call of Duty, a super huge video game franchise, needs to be innovated every single year. You can't stick to one specific method of making a game. And he even said, he went on record and said that they will never make another Call of Duty game with the traditional style. He has said that. He has said that they will not go back to the classic Call of Duty feel because they've already gone into this futuristic movement thing and they don't want to go back from that. They don't want to stop innovating. They will not go back to a classic CoD style. Well, now it seems like they're already going back on their word and they're saying, well, we're going to go back to a traditional combat style, etc., etc. You're going to hear about it in just a minute when I go through these statements, but now they're going back on what was already their word. So now this is their word. It doesn't mean that they're not going to go back on this word as well. And like I said, they always want to innovate. And if they're going back to a traditional combat style, then they're not really innovating. And that means that there's going to be something else that has changed about this game that we're not expecting. So just take everything you hear about Call of Duty 2017, even from the horse's mouth, with a grain of salt. But here we're going through a couple statements from the earnings call from the COO and CEO of Activision. First up, the Chief Operating Officer, COO, said, in 2017, Activision will take Call of Duty back to its roots and traditional combat will once again take center stage. This is what our dedicated community of Call of Duty players and Sledgehammer Games developing this year's title are most excited about. So obviously they didn't have as many people excited about the advanced movement over the last 3 years of Call of Duty games, and it's been hurting the franchise a little bit. It's still been the best-selling franchise every year running in the entire world. However, it's not been selling as many copies. Even though it's still the best, it's not selling the most. So it has been going downhill over the last couple years just because of this futuristic style, and not a lot of people are really excited about that futuristic style. A lot of people want to go back to the traditional style of Call of Duty, but how they say it here, traditional combat, makes me think that there's going to be something else going on with the movement in this game. You'll actually notice that throughout all of these statements, the term boots on the ground never comes up. The term movement never comes up. They don't discuss the movement system of the upcoming Call of Duty game. They say it will have traditional combat. And what that could mean anything, honestly. That could mean that we're going back to seeing regular guns without lasers in them. It could be anything. Traditional combat is such a broad blanket term statement that they really didn't confirm anything. So when you see all these other YouTubers out here going, boots on the ground confirmed, this is confirmed, that is... Nothing is confirmed, and you have to take everything with a grain of salt. This is what I said at the beginning of the video. But the Activision COO went on to say that Activision's November release, Infinite Warfare, was a high-quality, innovative game that paired with Modern Warfare Remastered offered a tremendous amount of value and gameplay variety. However, sales underperformed our expectations, and it's clear that for a portion of our audience, the space setting just didn't resonate. While it wasn't the success we planned, it allows us to protect the core tenets of our culture, empowering our talented teams to have the chance to explore new opportunities that they are passionate about. So right there, they're saying that they like to give their teams the opportunity to make changes to the Call of Duty franchise, and that's what's got me worried about this traditional combat. Yeah, it's traditional combat. Yeah, it's back to the Call of Duty roots, whatever that means, but does that mean that necessarily we're going to have a completely classic COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 style Call of Duty game? Definitely not. The CEO went on to say that As I've said many times before, I think this is Eric Hirschberg talking. I'm not sure if it's Eric Hirschberg or Robert Kotick. It sounds like Eric Hirschberg from the way that he is making these statements. But as I've said many times before, any long-standing franchise like Call of Duty, there's a balancing act that we need to strike between staying true to the things that people love about the franchise and also the need to never become complacent and to keep pushing for innovation to keep the franchise fresh and vital. I would argue over a period of many years now, we've managed that balance on Call of Duty better than anyone. Last year, I don't think we got that balance right. Infinite Warfare had a ton of great gameplay innovations that many of our fans appreciated, but it also had a setting that didn't appeal to all of our fans. The good news is that I'm excited to say in 2017, we think we have this balance in perfect harmony with a game that our teams are very passionate about with a lot of great innovations, but that also has the traditional combat that we know our fans are going to love. So they are trying to innovate the game still, and that gets me worried because that's what caused the boom of the advanced movement Call of Duty. So if they're making a new innovation, what are we going to see next? What can they possibly do that's going to innovate beyond advanced movement? Like, I get that they can have different gameplay styles and they can change up the engine or whatever, but really, when I hear innovate, that makes me think new style of Call of Duty. We're not going back to just traditional style. We're going to completely revamp the frickin' franchise. And I'm worried about that because traditional combat and innovation, those don't go together. Those don't go in the same sentence. Those clash. So, again, just take everything with a grain of salt. You're not hearing all of what's going on here at Activision and with Sledgehammer Games with Call of Duty 2017. The call went on to discuss the continued support of Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare Remastered, and Infinite Warfare in 2017, and the extreme success of microtransactions across all Activision Blizzard titles in 2016. The company made $3.6 billion in in-game purchasable content. The black market in Black Ops 3 sold more and made more money for the company than all of their Season Pass and Map Pack sales combined. But that's all aside the point. The main point of this video, the main thing to take away is don't believe everything you hear. Wait until we get an official gameplay reveal before you jump on the bandwagon saying that Call of Duty's fixed and Call of Duty's saved and we're back to boots on the ground. They said they still want to innovate. So make sure you're paying attention to Call of Duty 2017 this year. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.